So today's tour is over New York City. We're taking off from LaGuardia Airport, which is located in Queens and is New York City's third busiest airport. The airport has undergone considerable transformations over the years. It was originally built on old amusement park land in 1929 and was named Glenn H. Curtiss Airport after the American aviator. In 1939, the airport was taken over by New York City, redeveloped and reopened as a commercial airport. In 1953, the airport's name changed to LaGuardia after the 99th New York City Mayor, Fiorello LaGuardia, who built it. In recent years, up to $4 billion is being invested on a new terminal building to bring it up to date with other national and international airports. One of the first sights people think of as being an icon of New York City is obviously the Statue of Liberty. But before we get there, we're going to see a couple more sights. Firstly, the Empire State Building. So the Empire State Building is named after one of New York City's nicknames, Empire State, and was constructed during a race to build the tallest building in the world. Originally, the race was between the Bank of Manhattan building and the Chrysler building. The architect behind the Chrysler building was desperate to win and actually added a 38-metre long spire to the top of the building in secret to ensure victory. It held the title for only 11 months before the Empire State Building was finished in 1931, and at 1,250 feet it was a whole 204 feet taller than the Chrysler. Since its first film appearance in 1933's King Kong, it has gone on to feature in hundreds of TV shows and films, making it one of the best known American icons, as evidenced by the 4 million tourists that visit its 2 observation floors every year. We're now flying past the Brooklyn Bridge, which was built in 1883 and was the longest suspension bridge in the world for 20 years until the Williamsburg Bridge, also in New York, surpassed it. As I'm sure many of you know, the Statue of Liberty, otherwise known as Liberty Enlightening the World, was gifted to America by the people of France and dedicated in 1886. The copper statue was built by sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, with the iron framework being created by Gustave Eiffel, who went on to build the Eiffel Tower 3 years later. Some features of the statue include 7 spikes on her crown, which represents the 7 continents. The date on the tablet reads July 4th, 1776, the day America declared independence, and at the statue's feet there are broken shackles representing the end of oppression and tyranny. The building of the statue wasn't without criticism. The pedestal was paid for by Americans, despite being a gift, something that didn't go unnoticed by the press, and there was also a sentiment that the public works should be designed by Americans, not foreigners. Nevertheless, the statue was erected and has been a success ever since, drawing in millions of tourists each year. That concludes this tour of New York City. Thank you for flying with Forest Flight.